Opportunities for Chile to challenge a world top 10 nation don't come around often. Such test matches largely limited to World Cups, with the occasional opportunity like this one. That's why what lies ahead in Genoa tonight are 80 crucial minutes. Italy against one of the rising stars of world rugby. Well, winter starting to bite in northern Italy. It's cold, but otherwise the conditions this evening are good. It's been a dry day and the pitch is in excellent condition. Marassi, as the locals call it, a classic Italian football ground, very compact, and this the home of two of Italy's famous football clubs. A win predictor making the hosts hot favourites. Look at that, 93%. Well, this fixture wasn't originally intended to involve Chile. Their qualification for the next Rugby World Cup in September at the expense of Samoa saw them replace the Pacific Islanders, who instead had to go to the final qualifying competition in Dubai. So a bonus fixture for them. Italy still looking to make that big breakthrough into the world's elite. Victory against the Wallabies a fortnight ago, offset by the disappointment of defeat last weekend in Turin by South Africa, who played most of the match with 14 men and 10 minutes of it with just 13. The stadium shrouded in darkness. The Italy coach, Gonzalo Quezada, he's rotated a few this evening. A chance to blend new partnerships, revisit some previous ones, and blood young talent at test level. His opposite number, Pablo Lemoine, he finds himself deprived of a handful of first-team regulars. For different reasons, he too is handing opportunities to players who are getting a first experience of playing one of the world's top 10 teams. Michele Lamoro back at the helm for Italy after a period of absence. It is a crucial night for him, and he doesn't have great memories of this place. 12 months ago, when Italy came back from quite a deficit at half-time against Georgia, well, Lamoro watched most of that from the stands because he left the game injured after just a couple of minutes. So, from the changing rooms that have been the inner sanctum for some of Italy's greatest footballers, this, the home, of course, of both Genoa and Sampdoria. It is an amphitheatre fit for a rugby test match of huge significance, particularly to that man Pablo Lemoine and his team for Chile, who have qualified for the next Rugby World Cup. This evening, we're going to learn just how big the strides forward they've taken since the World Cup in France 2 years ago. Next, it will be the anthems, starting with Chile.
Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta dell'emo di Scipio, se cinta la testa, dove la vittoria le porga la chioma e spiada di Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta, dell'elmo di Scipio se cinta la testa, dov'è la vittoria e porga la chioma, che schiava di Roma e Dio la creò. Ringiancia forte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò. Stringiancia forte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò.
Well, passion oozing from every pore. Michele Lamoureux. Huge evening for the man who leads the side, and it is his return from injury which is the most striking piece of team news for the Azzurri. That's just one of 10 changes to the starting 15 made by Gonzalo Quezada following the bruising defeat by the world champions. 6 of the pack play their club rugby for Benetton, the other 2 for Zebra Parma. A halfback combination not seen since the July tour, with Giacomo Del Rey alongside Alessandro Garbisi. Leonardo Marin comes into the midfield, and on an evening when the Italy coach has one eye on the future, look out for 21-year-old Mirko Belloni. Chile come here with 18 of the 23 who sealed World Cup qualification with their famous win against Samoa. There are those significant absentees. They include hooker Diego Escobar, who's the only Chile international currently playing in one of the 3 main European leagues. At 9 and 10, Lucas Berti and Juan Cruz Reyes are youngsters filling in for more experienced teammate. And the solid nerve of Santiago Vivela, he played a significant role in kicking Chile to 2 World Cups. Well, Italy, they've got 2 teenagers on the bench, both play for clubs in England. The huge lock Enoch Apoko-Jumpy and the wing Eduardo Tordero. And you might be forgiven for thinking that Rassi Erasmus has been offering advice to Pablo Lemoyne. Then number 16, Raimundo Martinez. The jersey worn according to convention by a hooker. Well, Martinez is a blindside flanker by profession. The referee tonight is Adam Leal. He was running one of the lines in Dublin last week. Ireland against Australia. That was his 2nd test of the year. We're almost set to go wherever you're watching in the world tonight. Welcome to Genoa. I'm Martin Gillingham. Alongside me, the former British and Irish line and England scrum half. It's a good evening to Dowie Morris.
Good evening, Martin. It's the first time I've had thermals on this year, that's for sure. It is a little bit chilly, but I think, excuse the pun, it's going to be a little bit hot out there, especially for the first 10 minutes.
So Italy playing from left to right in their traditional Azzurri blue. They're at scrum half this evening for Chile. Lucas Berti, who actually went to school for a period of his schooling at least in Ireland, had part of his rugby education there. Most recently he had 3 years in the academy at Montpellier, the top 14 side in France, and that is the scrum half Berti who finds his first touch, which I know as a scrum half yourself, always nice to get your hands on the ball early.
And that's exactly what he meant to do, was to just get the ball down the pitch, not keep it in touch. The box kick that we see so often employed by both sides, a lot of sides obviously, because when the speed goes out of the attack or whatever, the only option really they've got is to reignite it by putting the ball in the air, a good chase and trying to collect that ball back.
Well, let's see how Tommaso Di Bartolomeo goes. Finds Federico Ruzza. Here's Darey, the scrum half. He hoists it. That one there on Garafulit. Garafulit playing at fullback. He's a very versatile player. Often appears in the midfield. So too on the wing.
Yeah, Chile watching those two games against Samoa, which put them through on aggregate to the next World Cup in Australia. They've got an uncompromising pack of forwards. They're pretty good at the set piece, highly motivated, but a bit old-fashioned in a sense, which is nice to see.
Italy retreat.
There was a signal from Dare, and that was put down. The side of Bologna bearing down on the Chile player, forcing the knock-on.
And that's why they put the ball up in the air. Garafalic, the fullback for Chile, cannot handle them. Hang on to that one.
Yeah.
Just knocks it on. Does everything right, actually. Turns his shoulder. So if the ball does bounce, it's just gone through the breadbasket. If it sort of bounces and goes backwards, that's okay. Someone else can sort of gather it up a little bit. But unfortunately, Gonzalo Quesada looks on. Slightly disappointed with last week's performance, interviewing him after the game, obviously.
It has been a case of one step forward, one step back, hasn't it, for Italy? We've seen that quite a bit over the course of recent seasons.
They're developing, and that's the difference. But the trouble is, every time you play Australia, it was great, and then you have the happiness of that, then you have the sorrow of South Africa, who actually just teach teams how to win, how to actually close games off. So it's a learning process, but at this rarefied air, you don't get much time to actually learn.
Carry there for Marine, and Montejoani couldn't take that, but did rather well not to knock it on. Capuozzo finding himself right in the thick of things, but that was well taken by Berti, the scrum half. Ball being presented there by Nicholas Saab.
Hold in front, Chile. Wait, retire.
There's Garafali, and that perhaps is not where he was looking to land that ball. Dare has plenty of green grass on the far side, but the bounce sits up nicely there for Garafali. The little chip ahead, that's quite brilliant. Until he was dumped down. First sight there of Juan Cruz Reyes, who's deputising tonight for Rodrigo Fernandez, who is the first choice Chile fly half, but unavailable because of injury.
Use it.
Well, he did well there, chipped over the top. I'm going to say Garafalic, the 15, actually not his greatest kick, as you mentioned, Martin, but he had to gather himself right across the field to cover, which he did superbly.
Giacomo Dare looking after the backfield there for Italy. He's played a lot of his rugby at fullback, particularly at Benetton.
Use it.
He's now in his second season since the move to Parma with Zebra. Oh, and another spill from Garafalic.
But this time again, with the same body position, that ball actually goes backwards because he didn't sort of drop it straight through his body. Because he turned his shoulders, that actually was designed to go backwards. It's the fallout. So actually they do retain the ball, and the scrum half can now box it once more.
More catching practice for the fly half. Dare. Capuozzo it was on the decoy run. There's Marin, couldn't quite find Capuozzo with the offload. That is Canoni with the carry forward. Remember, we've got the two Canoni brothers here. Nicolo wearing 4, Lorenzo wearing 8.
And use it. Just step for me.
Here's Alessandro Garabisi, whose brother's watching from the sideline today, who's normally the first choice Italy fly half.
Advantage.
That time Bologna was getting to it, but he knocked it on.
Coming back to the scrum.
Yeah, Adam Leal just saying, right, just a point of order here. You're listening.
Sorry, I got in your way.
There's Pablo Lemoyne, former Uruguay international, who took Uruguay to the World Cup.
Excellent patience before the ball.
Then he moved on after a period, actually, when he was coaching Germany for a couple of seasons, then moved to Chile. Took Chile to their first ever World Cup in France.
He played for Bristol.
He had a brief period at Bristol.
Remember it somewhere.
And he spent a decade in France, Stade Francais. Had a period there. Also at Montauban. Finished off his playing career playing in the Fédéral Leagues, which is the semi-professional level of rugby. You could say almost a sort of third division in France.
Big part of any game, the scrum here. Chile looks like they folded, but they got away with it.
That is Saavedra. Saavedra with the offload onto Garafolic, and this man's got pace, and he's off and running here. He's got support inside, and he was looking for Clement Armstrong, but he couldn't find him. But that an illustration of just how dangerous the Chileans can be in the tram lines. The carry forward there from Lorenzo Canoni. Referee says the advantage is over from the knock-on.
Step line.
Alessandro Garbisi. More catching practice for Garafolic. He's equal to that one. It's there for Berti. Onto the tight head, that's Gorishaga.
Use it.
Early signs are that Chile are just about holding their own in the scrum.
Two.
There's Reyes looking for some space. And he finds Capuozzo.
Italy, wait. Put him on.
Reyes, Hoise. The catch coming from Baloney.
Use it.
Chile doing a very good job at the moment of just
Use it.
not overplaying. When they get their opportunities, they don't mind going wide and forcing the pass. But there's a lot of kicking, which is the vogue, you've got to say, in the international game, whether it's tier 1 or tier 2.
Baloney catching the fullback in possession there. That's a little bit off the outside of the boot.
That's not good.
Opportunity here for Capuozzo perhaps to strike. Bear in mind, Capuozzo did that from his very first international. Remember the impact he had in the famous Italy win, or one of the famous Italy wins against Wales in Cardiff. There's Lamaro. Lamaro has been absent from the Italy 23 since the end of the Six Nations, and that's a turnover. Fantastic work from Augusto Bemet.
Good work again. It's just picking your time, isn't it?
Holding on.
They're putting a little bit of width on there. It's the no-show pass out the back of the door. DeRay carries on the movement, but again, when he gets isolated over there, it's a split second.
Okay, two.
And Bemet, superb. And actually, he wouldn't be the first choice number 2, would he? Because I believe is it Escobar playing in for Racing?
Well, Diego Escobar was playing this afternoon for Racing 92 against Bayonne in their narrow victory under the roof at La Défense Arena, but that penalty failed to find touch.
And I mentioned him purely because I was looking at the statistics. He made 28 tackles in that last
Outside
game
Chile,
against Samoa,
which
is unbelievable.
Reyes hoisting it, but that was taken again, Garafolic. But the referee
Offside
noticing
in the
that Garafolic was offside.
Number 7 is offside in the 10
Plenty
metre.
of support for the Condors.
In fact, it was Clement Saavedra who was in the offside position. It was Garafolic who caught it. Saavedra just acknowledging his error. He's the captain tonight. The regular Chile captain,
He's just here, not
Martin Sigurden, who did have a spell playing for Doncaster in England a couple of seasons ago. He's been absent throughout the latter stages of the World Cup qualifying phase, having picked up a serious knee injury playing for the Chilean club who play in that South American league called Selknam.
This was the move just about 5 minutes before, going up that right-hand side, the left as you look in now. Just watch this, and that's the pace. That's the pace of the 15. I actually think.
And to the middle.
Did he have to give that pass? Well, it's obviously
inside the 22.
Putting the ball back inside to try and carry on the movement.
If he was a slip fielder there, Armstrong, you'd have said he should have caught that. There's Menoncello feeding the ball on. Canoni with the carry. Garbisi has it in his hands now. Italy in possession inside the Chile 22, starting to look a bit slick here. That's Mohamed Hassa driving the ball forward up to the edge of the penalty box. That was Di Bartolomeo. Garbisi senses an opportunity, and it's the man with the jet shoes on, Ange Capuozzo, his 16th test try, and he opens the scoring for Italy after a little more than 11 minutes.
And and anybody watching this, children included, and more for the children, is that the depth that Capawatso comes from. Let the forwards truck it up, the piano players, as you like to call them, and all of a sudden there's a bit of space. They're lacking the defensive line, the Condors, the Chilean guys on the left-hand side. As we look at these pictures, Capawatso needs no second opportunity just to slide through, but he comes from so far deep that actually it's very difficult to see where he's coming, and with that pace, there's only one result. A great try.
Giacomo De Rey, and the 2 points.
Well worked, and again it's Gabrisi, the scrum half, that actually sees it. The call would have come from whoever, and then look at this, slow motion, you don't see the actual picture, a slip tackle, and he's around his man. But again, that's the reason, is from depth, coming from that left-hand side to the right, coming late and coming with great pace.
Yeah, it's not just the haircut of Ange Capawatso, which is slick and well-oiled.
We're just waiting to see what the injury is to the player over here. Can you get a confirmation whether we need to stop, guys?
Well, that is...
he's come off. Has he been replaced?
Santiago Vivella.
And that's their goal kicker, isn't it? I'm sure they have another, well, the 10 kicks, but he's the prolific one.
Lovely, 10. Number 10. Thank you.
Well, both sides have got injury issues at the moment, because Giacomo De Rey, he kicked the conversion, and he's also been called off for a head injury assessment, so he's been replaced at least temporarily by Nacho Brex. Well, that was a little bit fortunate for Lorenzo Canoni, who was caught napping there.
Well, was that where he got the injury?
Yeah.
Looks like it, yeah. He's been literally run over. He's planted his studs, his boots into the park, and then the force of Michele Lamoro, the captain of Italy, has gone straight over the top. So a couple of tablets. He'll be assessed and hopefully be all right. Because I thought initially he's popped a calf or something like that, but it just seems that he's folded in two, really, like a deck chair.
So Thomas Salash is on
50-22 is on,
Santiago Vivella. Vivella earning his 40th cap for Chile today. He's the man who kicked Chile to victory right at the death against the United States in Denver back in 2022 to take Chile to the France World Cup.
Crouch!
And he did something similar with 16 points in the decisive win against Samoa in Vina Del Mar. What an atmosphere it was, wasn't it, at Vina Del Mar for that second leg?
They know how to party there, I can assure you. Very jealous watching those pictures. And that's a great scrum.
Nacho Brex, who is the replacement, at least on a temporary basis. Well, he knew that the advantage was being played, and he tried to float the ball over to
tight head standing up and loose head losing
one of his mates out wide, but it's a scrum penalty.
And this will be one of the big differences in the scrum technique, the conditioning of these guys. The guy they just saw was an Iceman, number 5 for Chile. What a great name, but it's just the amount of scrummages they have time to do, because being an absolute sort of professional side that Italy are, that's where you spend your time. Obviously, line out, very, very crucial.
Can you
scrum,
get them on you? Thank you.
Equally so. Set piece. They sort of call the restart the third set piece, but the major two, and that's what will happen at 14 minutes. You're starting to creak. Chile now have no real safe place to go, and Italy will know that, so they'll be forcing them into scrum time.
Leonardo Marin is stepping in to play fly half, at least for the immediate short term. So Garbisi has effectively got a new half-back partner, but that was carried forward by Nacho Brex. There's Garbisi. Lamoro presenting the ball. Good to see Lamoro going well. As I said a bit earlier, he only lasted 2 minutes against Georgia last year. There's Federico Ruzza on to Nacho Brex, who's getting his hands warm on what is a pretty chilly night. The carry forward from Mohamed Hassa. Hassa wearing one on his back. His first 3 caps. all earned as a replacement at tight head. Catch there for Salash, who holds his nerve well.
Okay.
Just slightly overcut that kick. Up and under.
Yeah, we'll stop for you. Time off.
Well, somebody's lost the boot.
They've changed a bit since my day. They're more like slippers with a bit of metal underneath. There's the Iceman. That's the guy I was talking about.
Yeah.
Plays for Agen.
That's it, on the floor first. I'll keep an eye on it for you. Thank you. Time is off. The line for you. Okay. You good?
So the boot now.
Okay, time on, please.
Back in position.
Inside the Italy half.
Here's Tommaso Di Bartolomeo. Plays his club rugby
Stay.
for Zebra Palmer.
Stay.
Zebra Palmer have been playing rather better this season. Appear to be a club on the up. That was a powerful carry forward from Tommaso Menoncello, whose midfield partnership with Nacho Brex is one of the best in the world.
No hands. Carry back into the half.
There's Brex. Stunning break there from Leonardo Marin, and Marin is still going. Absolutely crucial tackle from Alfonso Escobar. Saved the day. Outstanding from Leonardo Marin. He's one of those players getting a rare opportunity here, taking it with both hands.
Well, that's what you get when you get a big prop forward defending in the midfield. Like he said, he has got a lot of wheels. Marin knows exactly where to go. Busting through, and he thinks probably he's all the way there until this lovely tackle. Great pinches there. What a fantastic covering from Alfonso Escobar. Gonzalo Quesada looks on. That would have been a lovely try. But the defence sliding across the field just stops him. He's a big lad as well, isn't he? He's just, again, fleet of foot.
Crouch!
Yes, Leonardo Marin isn't always a guaranteed starter for his club, such is the depth of quality that Benetton have.
Set!
Of course, Nacho Brex moving on to Toulon in the top 14 at the start of the summer has opened up an opportunity. There's Lucas Berti. Berti also had a couple of seasons in the academy at Bristol in England.
It's advantage for a knock-on.
Montejoani onto Issacour. Here is Baloney. Baloney, just 21. Canoni, Marin, Nacho Brex.
Advantage over.
Up his left foot. Cross comes Reyes.
Chile, work back. Keep retiring. Yeah, good.
Space for Capuozzo. On there to Marin once more. Oh, it looks a little bit high that time from Deme. There goes Issacour. Lamaro. Nacho Brex. Italy starting to crank things up a little bit here. The engine starting to purr. Garbisi. The carry forward from Mohamed Hassa. Marin once more. Onto Lamaro. Chile know they have to make every tackle. There's Issacour straight into Gurushaga. Lamaro inside. That was very soft hands to Niccolò Canoni.
And this is where Chile have got to be cute, really. Just trying to... The speed of the game is upping from Italy, and they're just trying to catch a little dog leg from the Chilean defence, and this is what happens.
Well, there might be an opportunity if Escobar can keep his feet. Well, look at the space. Beme. Oh, did he knock it on? The referee says not. The chip ahead coming from Garafulic.
Backwards.
Montejoani. Garafulic is getting after him. Just taps the ankle there of the wing.
And then,
just
not clearly out in the side.
Chile just getting a little bit overexcited.
And that's what happens. That's the experience of just, did he touch it? Yeah, I think he did, but he got away with it. Never mind. Never mind. And that's what will happen is, again, the condition of these players. holes will start happening because they're trying to have a defensive line. Chile has one, but unfortunately, if you're not all together, that dog leg appears, and Italy will be looking for that.
Well, the flag is up from the assistant referee on this side, Adam Jones.
No.
The two assistants, both from Wales, as indeed the TMO tonight, Ben Whitehouse.
You need to be quicker on the box kick.
Okay.
And don't dummy with your head.
With the head you can't?
No, if you do that again, it's a free kick.
No.
Thank you. Time off, prop down.
I think the big props down there, that's not what you want to see after the first quarter, just 20 minutes on the clock.
That's Javier Carrasco, Pablo Lemoyne. Oh, it looks like a calf. Once you've got a calf, it's difficult to get rid of them, isn't it?
With all that weight that he's got, plus what's coming through,
HIA.
and plus what he's pushing against, you want your calf muscle intact.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Javier Carrasco is
We need a
35th
hooker on
cap
them.
tonight. He's one of those players who started virtually every game in the World Cup qualification process. There's Federico Ruzzo. The two Saavedras here, by the way, for Chile. They are twins.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I'll wait for you, don't worry.
Can I say to you one thing only?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The knee on the ground is dangerous.
Okay. I
Looks
haven't
like,
seen it clearly, but if I see a clear one, then of course.
Dore
Thank you, because it's dangerous.
Yeah, I
is
understand.
set to come back. We've got an alteration because of
Thank you. Time on.
another head injury assessment with Italy. So Pablo Dimchev of the French second division club Colomiers is on, replacing Tommaso Di Bartolomeo. That was Nicola Canoni. Marin. Here's Federico Ruzza. Garafolit making the tackle. Leonardo Marin just slightly wrong-footed by that, but he tries to recover with a little jib ahead, and he's gathered it. Well, he's had quite an opening 21 minutes as Leonardo Marin, and look at the blue jerseys, a numerical advantage out wide. Oh, I say, asking just a bit too much of Montejuani.
No quick, no quick.
Again, he's trying this little trick over the top. Pays off. The shape of a rugby ball, and there's a little bit of a skirmish between Brex and Alfonso Escobar. I think Escobar, the number 8, just ran into him and they shook hands, so there was nothing to... I think Brex may have thought he was a little bit...
Okay, 22 Italy.
Something else in it.
HIA reversal. 22, HIA reversal.
So we're getting that reversal of the head injury now, so Nacho Brex
It's
for now at least will go off. Giacomo Dore
back on. Okay.
returns to his position at 10. Leonardo Marin, who was rather enjoying himself at standoff, he will return to the midfield.
Yeah, Brex comes off. One more before his half-century of caps, whenever that will be. Six Nations, obviously.
A steal at the line-out. RBC pleading with the referee, answered in the affirmative.
And that's what you can do. You're not being a pain by doing that, because actually you're not allowed to. The Chilean guy was holding onto the ball. The ruck had been formed, so if a ruck is there, you've got to let go. The referee says the ball's coming back on the Italian side, which it was. He's just delaying it for the Chilean defence to get all set up and to stop the next attack. But unfortunately, they weren't having it. They've gone into the corner, and now this will probably be a catch and drive.
More.
With a lot of power.
Through the mark.
Pablo Dimchev getting his mitts onto it. Looking up, surveying, looking left, looking right, staring straight into the eyes there of Ernesto Chimino. Here's Garbisi, has it on there to Marin. Marin, well, Italy not entirely in full communication with one another there. Capowazzo.
You're fine, 11 is fine, 14 must roll away first.
Yeah, for those that don't watch rugby union, probably quite a lot this out of the back door ball. This is the end of the move where Capowazzo is going forward to try and find a gap. Italy have now decided to get a penalty, and sometimes it's the no-look pass. Well, yeah, it's all right and well and good, but you've got to get the pass to the hand.
We don't see a shot clock at the moment.
Which didn't happen. It's obviously the move broke down.
We don't see clear head contact at the moment, Mick. No, it's
Lamoureux's asking for the referee to have a look at the head contact. It's all going off.
On Anskiput, so yeah,
Italy showing respect here.
No, I agree.
To the Chileans.
Yeah.
23 metres out, pretty much straight in front. Giacomo De Re, who played every minute of Italy's 3 Test matches in July. The win in Windhoek against Namibia, followed by the 2 defeats by South Africa. And De Re takes the Azzurri into double figures. First time these two sides have ever met, by the way. Might be one or two Chilean sporting historians who will want to remind their hosts that they did beat Italy at the Football World Cup back in 1962. 2-0 it was. That was Chile's own World Cup. And for those who know their footballing history, they will also be aware that when the World Cup took place 4 years later, Italy had their revenge, beating the Chileans by 2-0. So here comes Thomas Salas.
Thank you.
Garbisi exiting very well from the base of that ruck, going straight up almost just before the halfway line. Gives the ball to Chile, but there'll be a lot of pressure coming on now from this line out. You can see is a call there. He's just going to be trying just to jackal him up in the air, throw him up in the air. Oh, it was a quick one, well done.
Not straight, your option.
After all that, see the pressure, but that's what happens when you get in the mind of the hooker who's throwing in or the guy that's calling the shots in the line out. All of a sudden then you go, oh, we'll try the quick one, doesn't work. That's fine, but it's just straight down the line. That has to go in the middle between the two, the blue and the red. That's gone straight to the man. 99 times out of 100 you get away with that, but Adam Leal, no.
26 minutes gone. At the home of Italy's oldest football club, at least oldest professional football club, Genoa.
Bind!
It's a quaint stadium, isn't it?
Set!
Would that be the right term?
Quaint is one word. It is. When this place is full, I can imagine it's very intimidating.
Keep the mark, please, Ben.
Marine with a long pass out to Campoazzo. The step from the Toulouse fullback. Oh, it's come loose, and it to Nicolas Sarr, but the referee's coming all the way back across. He was playing the advantage.
There's a lot of penalties ratcheting up now. I think it's just 1 to Italy 6. Don't make that of
number 1,
and that's what will kill any side. You want to keep it down to under 10 penalties a game. That just stops the opposition getting ins all the time back into the fight. So it takes the energy out of your side. This De Re will just pump this up probably to the 22, and then the forwards will be asked to give it back to the backs. So I think a little bit too far, probably maybe a little catch and drive to entice all the Chilean forwards into it, and then the likes of Ioane taking a line off there. Ominous signs really for the Chilean scrum, because like I said, there's no place where they can go. All the props are popping up, the penalties are coming left, right and centre.
Yeah, that the sixth penalty that Chile have conceded in the opening 27 minutes. That's well, if it continues at that sort of rate, we're talking about 20 in a full match. Difficult to win matches when you're conceding as many penalties as that. Garbisi, oh, and that ricocheting off the end of the fingers of the Italy captain, Michele Lamoureux.
Use it.
There's Lucas Berti. Lucas Berti Newman, to give his full name.
Still under scrum advantage. Use it, it's not out. Advantage over.
And Newman finding touch, just 9 metres or so inside his own
Chile, the line,
half.
please.
Nearly half hour gone. Would Chile have gone for that? Probably yes. It's not decrying they want to be into it, but this, you can understand this. Italy, a tier 1 nation. Chile have qualified for their second World Cup, but they are a tier 2 nation.
Menoncello trying to punch a hole in the Chile midfield. That time it was Lorenzo Canoni.
Advantage.
Penalty advantage being played here to the Italians. Marin wants to be everywhere, does Leonardo Marin. He's anxious to take full advantage of the opportunity he's been handed tonight. I'm sure he's impressed Gonzalo Quesada.
Problem with Chile ratcheting up these penalties at the moment is that a yellow card may be appearing because the referee will just say you're giving away too many pens.
De Rey, little step. Alessandro
Still on the
Garbisi.
penalty advantage.
Here's Mohamed Hassan. Taken on by Niccolo Canoni. He was held up by Escobar. De Rey just trying to squeeze it through, and here's a score.
No advantage coming back.
Well, I'm not sure David Beckham could have controlled that one. Alessandro Issacourt.
20 metres from top, yeah.
Again, it was a free play, ball out the back. I'd like to give that
Number
ball
4,
to Capoazzo. He was coming on again on a nice angle. Well, maybe if he got down with his hands, he could have possibly done it, but yeah, it was a very, very
You taking a shot, sorry? Yeah. Shot at goal.
hard ask, and they've gone for another penalty. Lamero wanting to build a lead here.
Gonzalo Quesada spoke before the game about there's a bit of experimentation going on this evening, but he does have a long injury list, the likes of Tommaso Allen, Dino Lam, Seb Negri, Marco Riccioni, who played last week against South Africa, he's hurt himself, Jacopo Trulala, very fast, versatile back 3 player, Ross Vincent.
He didn't
picked
look,
up an injury
yeah, he
last
didn't
week.
look well at all. I think his shoulder injury, I'm not quite sure exactly how long he'll be out. We wish him obviously all the best.
A handful of others I think have been beaten up a little bit and have just been rested tonight. So Giacomo De Rey, his most testing kick of the evening so far. Just flirting with that left hand upright and hitting it squarely. Lucas Berti doesn't find touch, just finds Monty Ioane. Ioane offloads and it's on to Leonardo Marin, who tried to hook it back inside.
Italy into a Chile player, so Italy ball.
Yeah, not too great rugby there.
Stop, because there's
from both
confusion
sides.
about whose ball it
Chile
is.
missing
It was thrown back by
the
Italy
kick.
into the chest of a Chile player, so it's Italy ball.
And that's the referee's description of what's happened, and I think that's about right.
Yeah, just open up for me.
Chile will be wanting in Italy, yes, to force the game to make
Time is off,
mistakes,
we've
and I
got to
think
play
that's
now.
probably why they go to pens. They want to build a lead, and then maybe in the second half, so then
16.
unleash a little bit more adventurous rugby. But
Thank you.
again, it is a cold night. We walked the pitch before you doing the post-match, sorry, pre-match interviews,
Thanks,
Martin. There is a grease on the grass, which won't be easy for the ball catcher or the passer.
Time on.
Tommaso Di Bartolomeo is back with us, so off goes Pavlo Dimchev. Marin. Oh, De Rey going one way, Marin wanting to send the ball the other, but De Rey recovering well. He's had a nice start as Giacomo De Rey played every minute of those 3 July Test matches.
Start onside, lovely. He's onside.
Garbisi having his kick slightly charged down. Referee not liking that tackle.
Okay, if that, let me. I'll have another look. Just give me some time.
Is it a rugby injury? Sorry, incident, I should say. Hopefully he's not in. have to look at that in real time, really, with Ioane. The referee seems to be quite happy with it. Hold on.
Time off. I'll just explain. So the reason that collision happened is there was an obstruction by yourself. So it's going to be a reversal of the penalty here.
And there you go.
So the penalty going against Clement Saavedra, the captain.
Okay. Number 6, HIA.
And we've got another.
Is it cool?
Number 6, HIA.
Yeah. It's because they do have these gum shields now, and they when they flash, basically that incident there, Ioane was stopped from going to the man. And that's why the referee changed the penalty, because he was deliberately put off.
Kick dead.
And there's a kick dead. The quality of this game isn't brilliant at the moment. But Isikul, going back to him, yeah, you've got these gum shields that if they flash, whatever, there's a doctor down there. It's to obviously help with head injuries or head traumas or whatever.
Okay,
and he's obviously been pulled off. And if he passes his test, no problem at all, he'll be back on.
Manuel Zuliani.
He's the Jacqueline King, isn't he? With Vincent, they've got the top of the Tier 1 turnovers, and Jackals are the Italy. That's their defence has been outstanding.
We must have space. Just wait for the set. Same this side.
Yes, Manuel Zuliani, who's
good to go, guys.
is a great threat to the captain Michele Lamoureux to start for Italy these
absolutely.
days.
Now they've got some good out-and-out fetchers. Say Lamoureux's a 7, he can play 6, of course he can play 8. But Zuliani is the boy. He was the coming man, well, a couple of years ago, and last year broke on the scene. This year he's been again outstanding with him and Vincent. Who'll probably be out for a bit, have been a thorn in many a side.
Yes, 16 tackles last week for Zuliani, 2 turnovers for a beaten side. Those are impressive numbers.
Number 3, pre-engaged.
Early engagement there from Iñaki Goroshaga.
Well, it's a free kick. Normally you'd go for another scrum, but no, it's my word, it's a tap penalty.
Niccolo Canoni. Oh, and somebody's hurt themselves, and it looks to me rather like Santiago Pedrero who's down.
Getting sorted out.
As the coach Pablo Lamone looks on, and that's just unfortunate, isn't it? He's not.
Thank you.
It's
Clemente.
a big second row against a big second row, and he hasn't got his head in the right position.
So this is a no-arms tackle by your player here. So it's going to be a penalty against you.
It gets
There's
worse.
a number of penalties against you in general now. So
well, as Canoni goes in.
Of your team. In particular, we've had players jackling when you've got players the wrong side. So could you have a word to sort out that discipline, or I may have to send someone to the bin?
He's just got himself in a wrong position. He's a big man. He's trying to bend down. He's trying to go low, which is absolutely the right technique. And Canoni to stop the momentum. They're going to lose that ruck. But actually, rather than Canoni getting through, he's bending down straight away, and his left knee on the back of the neck. So all precautions will be done. Medical staff on.
For a no-arms tackle.
But unfortunately, what the referee's describing now, it's a no-arms tackle. He doesn't look well, does he? He doesn't look well.
Santiago Pedrero, who played
I've given them a warning now.
a key role for Chile in their qualification for the World Cup. Remember that try he scored against Samoa in the first leg? That was played in Salt Lake City in the United States, and the try scored by Santiago Pedrero. It was great.
It's
team
no
try. It's actually been nominated
he has to clearly wrap.
for World Rugby's Try of the Year. But I think it's very unlikely he will play any further part this evening.
Well, he will be going off for a HI, that is for sure. They haven't broken the skin, so there's no stitches needed. The reserve is on.
Yes, it's Bruno Saez is on, but I rather suspect there won't even be a head injury assessment there.
That's fine, we'll wait for the sub.
Well, there's no way you can chance it. It's not. You can see here. I don't know whether he's been knocked out. If that was the case, he's off. His night is spent.
Yeah, let's get him off first. He looks a bit dazed.
Handshakes from the captain of Italy, handshakes from Canoni as well, the guy that ran into him. He will not be coming back.
Michele, good to go? Okay?
And this time they pump it into the corner.
Number
They're not
4,
going
no
to.
arms tackle.
They're not going to go for 3. I think they've had enough of messing around in the nicest possible way. They want some more points on the board before half-time. 7 minutes to do it. And that time, they do make touch.
And I think, as you can see, clearly a head injury suffered, so not even going through the head injury assessment. The catch there from Federico Ruzza. Di Bartolomeo has the ball tucked underneath his left shoulder. And it is the hooker from Zebra Palmer, with virtually no company at all there at the back of that driving wall. The simplest of tasks. And he gets his first try in his international career.
Big smiles, big line out. That's what you do, up and down, and again, Chile can't push until Russo is back down on terra firma, and he's right in the middle there. He's calling all the shots, and all of a sudden they splinter away, and the hooker goes over. That's probably the perfect way to score your first try, right behind those big blue beasts in front of you. Easy score, too easy actually.
15 points to 0. A little more than 5 minutes to go in this first half. Here's Giacomo De Rey. Well, that is worst strike of the evening.
There's the try scorer. Like you said, you can see Chile there, the heads down, but all of a sudden they just controlled it, Italy. And that's what happens, they just wait for a pressure to come off, or a release of pressure, and they just know where to go, and then all of a sudden the guys at the front, they're the important ones. Ruzzo, Carioni there, and Lamaro, they're the guys that really have done the damage to burst through that dam, and then the guy at the end, that's the easy job, that's the simple one.
It has been a fantastic few months for Chile rugby.
Just
At the 10th attempt, they finally got a win against Uruguay. It was actually away from home as well in Montevideo. And that World Cup qualification at the expense of Samoa, although Samoa have subsequently qualified by the really by the skin of their teeth in the end a week or so ago when they drew with Belgium in Dubai. But this, I think, really is a test for Chile to see if they have really progressed since the World Cup in France 2 years ago. An opportunity against a top-flight nation.
Well, I've got to say, the sub that's come on in the forwards, Luez, has had 2 massive carries there. I don't think he'd be able to continue with that power, but he's made a bit of a dent.
Ball carried forward by Lorenzo Canoni. There's Lamaro. With the referee coming back. Somebody's had a word in his ear. Tackle off the ball.
I didn't see it, I was blocked.
I was blocked. That's the best way.
Early tackle.
And it was for an early tackle.
Leonardo Marini.
Yeah. That's why you've got other refs or touch judges or whatever you want to call them. No problem, that's where it's come from. Well, he was going into the tackle. There's not a lot you could do. Yes, possibly the ball would have gone to the fullback, Gavalic, but doesn't matter. Anyway, moving on. Penalty given, and they could possibly now get on the scoreboard. That was a fine kick. They were about 6 meters out, almost perfect. Now Chile, this could be a moment you've been waiting for.
So here he is, Augusto Bemet. Line out has caused a few problems for Chile this evening. Not so that time though. Fantastic catch from Clement Saavedra, the captain. Bemet has it in his hands now.
Thank you. Defended once.
Can they get the choreography right?
All the way through the middle.
It's great defence from
There
Italy.
it is, available, don't kill it.
And now they've got to start again, Chile.
Berti on there to Javier Eisman. His Gurushaga has a little go. Straight into Federico Ruzza. It's a stalemate at the moment. There goes Iceman.
Well, this was one of their main weapons against Samoa in those two games. They love the catch and drive. They love the catch and drive. Like I said, a little bit old-fashioned, but every side does it.
Backwards, drops backwards.
Oh, they get it backwards, so they can start again.
Tackle, let go!
Ball picked off the turf by Escobar.
Well left.
Well, they're going to keep on going, aren't they? Inching their way forward. Blade of grass by blade of grass, and referee has his arm out. Saavedra.
You ran ahead of the ball, but you've got a penalty for offside.
Getting hit that time, but we're going to come back for the penalty.
Hang on, you've got a player down.
So you got half a minute to go. Seconds are ticking down. They've expelled a lot of energy there. What do you do?
Offside.
I think rather than go for a catch and drive, they're just going to go again. Use the big lad up front.
Salvador Luis.
He's good. I like him.
That time it was Chimino. Another arm is out here.
I don't think it's over the line. I don't think they're going to hold that up. I think the ball will be allowed to come back, or if it doesn't, then here it comes.
Oh, very close to the try line that time. It is a penalty advantage that's being played. Have they got there? Adam Leal says yes. Special moment for Chile.
And it's that special guy, Luis, isn't it? I think. He is, he's come on.
It is Salvador Luis. His 25th cap this evening. Man who spent a couple of seasons in the Toulouse Academy in France.
Well, he is a unit. He knew exactly where that try line was, and I think there was about 2 or 3 defenders in front of him. Didn't matter. He just had that little bit of extra drive from his legs. There we go. Referee in absolute no doubt. Good score. Like I said, they're like a catch and drive.
So Thomas Salas, last action of the first half. It goes through, and that half-time scoreboard, if you're a Chile supporter, looks more than respectable. It's half-time at Marassi, and it is the hosts, Italy, who lead by 15 points to 7.
When the ruck shifts, you have to be with it, and your first guard is setting them offside twice. Got me then. Say again? I thought the last one just a pre-engage. We just need to be disciplined on the stage before the set.
Italy with 3 wins so far in 2025, that from 10 test matches. They beat Wales in the Six Nations, and then Namibia in the first match of their July tour to Southern Africa, and then 2 weeks ago at the start of this Quilter Nations series when they beat Australia in Udine by 26 points to 19. So a win here for Italy would be a second test victory in November. Now they've only won more than once in what is now the Quilter Nations series in the last 20 years. That was 3 years ago when they beat Australia and Samoa. And I guess there's some irony in the fact that the one always been turned over by Chile. Berti with his hands on it. Here's the fullback, Cara Felic. good start to the half from Chile, who of course ended the first half. And Berti with the dummy. That was bought by the Italian defence. Luis with another powerful carry. He's got to send to the try line. He's already been there once tonight.
Use it. Look at the feet, thank you.
And this is what Chile are good for. They like to pick and drive, but you can see the backs are shaping up for a move. It's just when do they want to flick the switch? When do they give the ball to Reyes to see what's happening? You've got to be very careful to mindful it. Lamarone making up for that initial mistake from the kickoff.
Keep it up, Italy.
And this will be a turnover.
That was very clever from Italy. Right at the heart of that was Nicolo Canoni, and also his brother Lorenzo.
And that's the old choke tackle. As long as you can stay up there and keep the guy from not dropping to his knees. If he dropped to his knees, the ball carrier, that ball would have had to have been released as the tackling man. It wasn't. They kept him up. Hence this. It's a scrum, obviously, to Italy. But again, it all came from Lamarone just driving the ball up. He didn't get his support players to him as quickly as possible. The ball went out.
Time off.
And Chile found themselves on the attack. But again, it's that lack of big-time experience, big match experience. They're in a great position and they've just coughed the ball up very easily. But again, some of the figures in that first half, and again, it's about controlling the ball. 82 carries to Italy, just 37 from Chile. 579 metres to 168.
Crouch!
14 tackles from Ernesto Cimino as well in the first half. He's one of the... it wouldn't be unreasonable to call him a fringe player in this Chile side. Not a regular starter.
Play away.
BC with the clearance, but not made as many metres as he would have liked.
A lot of pressure on that scrum. Chile claiming that it was Italy that sort of collapsed. It wasn't. It was Chile under a lot of pressure. But they do get a throw in. Now see what they can do. The lineouts function pretty well.
Got plenty of height there. Bruno Saez, who is the replacement wearing the white headgear, stands at 6'8", 2 metres and 2. The little chip ahead, and that was meant there for Domingo Saavedra. Lamarone,
use it.
the captain, there for Garabisi, and to Lorenzo Canoni.
Use it.
I know that little move didn't work, but I like it because, like I said, Italy thought they were going to be running up with the ball going out the back door to the right-hand side. Isn't there a little bit of... Seems okay, but again, it's a nice little chip. Again, on another day, that goes to hand. He's underneath the post, so I like the way they're mixing things up. Good scrum half sweeping, as they should do. Gabrici just probably hurt himself from that incident there.
Beme, and that was poached by Isakor, who read that call. Garabisi with a long pass out to Menoncello. There's Capuozzo being side down. Di Bartolomeo, one of the 2 Italian try scorers in the first half. Here's Garabisi, who appears to have recovered from that knock. Powerful carry forward from Mohamed Hassa.
No. Yes, it is out now, yeah.
4 players from Zebra Parma in this Italy starting 15 tonight. Hassa's one of those, but
9.
it's Chile who will have the put in.
It's clearly
This game has a very different complexion given the last 5 minutes or so of the first half and the first 5 minutes of the second.
And then you knocked it on in the contest.
Absolutely. The Chile bench, even though they are down 15-7 with cold hands, and I know exactly how they're feeling, they would be the happier, I'm sure, just purely because they're just forcing Italy to make those mistakes, and that was a simple mistake from Gabrici there. That's great.
Okay, that's why we played away.
The hooker is again on the side.
Keep good height and shape.
But he's actually gone through Beme.
It's worth noting that it was only 6 years ago that Chile developed its first fully professional club.
Bind!
Sultanam, which is the club that
Pre-engaged
virtually all the
through
23
Italy.
members of this matchday squad here play for. Oh dear,
Backwards.
that was a bit untidy, but
But again, this is out the back pass, and when it's like, oh, it's like cute, and don't look. Well, you've got to, if you're going to do that, you've got to get it to the hands. All of a sudden now we just go to a slow situation. They've got a penalty.
You're coming round the side and you're lifting the 9 into the 9.
well, Bertie fell away from that, holding his head.
Well, you're not allowed to play the scrum half within a yard of the ruck, which I think is a ridiculous new rule, personally, as an old scrum half, because I think it's why do you need that much protection? Anyway, the result is a penalty to bring it just to 5 points. It's his own man, actually. Lamoureux's trying to
I didn't
get
think
rid
you
of
started
somebody.
at the back. I thought you made your way around the outside of it and then lifted his leg.
Aided and abetted by Michele Lamoureux. Well, this is where the Chileans could do with Santiago Vivela, who doesn't miss much. Don't want to take anything away from Thomas Salas, but he is
Okay, thank you.
the deputy in every respect. Now, big kick this.
Rispetta il kicker, rispettiamo il calciatore.
Oh, Salas, straight out of the middle. Well,
Number
He
1.
needed a bit of
Serbs
draw
is
with
coming
that,
your way
didn't he?
now.
Unfortunately, he just went over the right-hand side of that post, but he did give it a crack.
he gave it a good whack, didn't
Yeah.
he? And the first instinctive reaction of the men behind the post appeared to be to raise their flags, but
That's what the penalty. Lamoureux actually
Make sure-
taking
make
someone up
sure-
and running round. He didn't need to do it because the wreck was formed. He's clearing out, so that's why there was a chance of a penalty, but doesn't
Onside
go
there.
over.
Number 6 is onside.
Capuozzo has the long way. Oh, and it's been grabbed, and Nicolas Saab is away, and that is quite brilliant from the Chileans. Nicolas Saab, the 20-year-old who scored a try in that incredible win against Samoa in Viña del Mar when they sealed their qualification for the World Cup, and he's nicked this from the back pocket of one of the best players in the world, Capuozzo. What was he doing?
Okay, mate.
All I can think of is that the calls come up from somebody that just let the balls go in
Time off,
directly out of
please.
touch. I don't know. I honestly don't know, because that is not so much a gift. It's
Pause
a
the shot clock,
fantastic
please.
catch from Saab. And watch
We
this.
just have to check he's onside.
They weren't mad whether it was the catch and drive score for Luez, and my word, it was all a cunning plan. Missed the penalty, and then they'd kick off, and when we go right, okay.
Yeah, number 6 was definitely onside.
Well, they are just
checking the
checking
winger.
that there are no problems here with offside.
Well, 6.
So you want a formal review?
Oh dear. This
Just
might not
not
have a happy ending if you're a follower of Chile.
Go to this one. So we're checking a potential offside.
Yeah, the winger who gathers the ball for me is in an offside position.
He is in an offside.
Oh dear.
Okay, so
Here it
basically,
is
as
now, the guy
this
on the
ball
left hand
goes
kicker.
up, yes, he is.
We'll try and stop it.
Well, it's been
Kicks.
spotted by the TMO, Ben Whitehouse. That's Ben Whitehouse in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen.
The chasing man on that left-hand side has to be behind the kicker, and he's not behind the kicker by about a
Have you got a
foot.
closer shot there, Ben? Because it's not completely clear from this angle. Yeah, so he stood in front of the ball carrier when he kicks it. He's in an offside position. It's not clear, not completely clear from this angle, but hopefully we can get the closest shot here. That should give us a better angle. Say again.
Well, you're listening into the TMO and the ref, so
No, stick with your on-field decision.
Hang on, Ben.
Sorry,
Roll-
mate,
sorry,
just
no.
stick
Just
with your
roll that
own.
back.
Go
Roll
on.
that back.
Oh, I say.
He's not clearly onside. From the wide angle, it was a slightly
It's gonna
distorted
be a
view,
try.
which looked like he was potentially offside, and I couldn't get that live. Here it is now.
Yeah.
He's
so
onside. Stick
so
with your
stick
on-field
with it.
decision.
Try is good.
There you
thank
go.
The try is good. Can we reset the shot clock, please? Because it's unfair to the kicker to have to lose his time there.
Well, I must say that was very good from Ben Whitehouse.
So you'll have your
because he was absolutely right to
on,
raise that for the referee.
And you look at it again, Norton, you think, yes, he is offside, but actually, again, when you freeze it down, it's a whatever. The referee,
it's tight, and
it's tight, but the referee gave the try, so he basically stayed with the on-field decision. This to go within a point.
He's given it another good whack, and that time it was accurate, straight through the uprights. Chile within a single point of Italy here. A little more than half an hour to go.
Again, we've seen this in the modern game. More and more it's the... I don't know what Capowatsu was doing. I don't know what he was thinking. I really, really don't. That's his job at 15, is to command the airways or to defuse the bombs, and he did neither.
Inside, use
Well,
it!
the Chile player came down with an absolute thump. I think it was the captain, Clement Saavedra. Here's Berti.
That's a good exit as well. Putting pressure on. Capowatsu looks bewildered.
Just here for you.
So that was the good exit again, like I said. Build the pressure, put some pressure on the Italian line out.
Well, Chile have had 5 wins and a draw from their 7 test matches in 2025. Their only defeat coming in the first leg of the World Cup qualifier against Uruguay. It was the away leg in Montevideo that Chile won. They've been stung into action now.
Advantage.
Referee's got the arm out. It's a penalty advantage. There's Martin Pajarello who's on. And through goes Capowatsu at pace. Well, he scored a try a couple of moments ago at the expense of Ange Capowatsu, and that time it was Nicolas Saab who cut him down, and that was absolutely crucial, but we will come back for the penalty.
And I'll be amazed if they go for 3 here. They really want to put it into the corner. I would. They've gone back to basics, Italy. They've been frightened into it. That's a fantastic catch and drive from the line out. That's the burst away from the try scorer, and then you get position, but field position. Yeah, they're going to pump. They have to pump this into the corner. They've got to build pressure. Chile are buoyed by that try now. Just 1 point in it. Plenty of time to go, 30 minutes, but now this is when a good side reacts, and again, they haven't played well. They've got to react to this, and they've got to now build some points to take this game right away from Chile. They didn't do it in the first half. A lot of people did. The win predictor was, what, over 90%?
So Raimundo Martinez comes on wearing 16. It'll be interesting to see what role he fulfills here, because
Time on.
he is the regular starting blindside flanker.
And he's a good 6, but yeah, he may have to go in the scrum. He's a robust player. He showed that in those 2 Samoan games. And this is what I said about going back to basics. Go back to what you need to do. Sack all those Chilean forwards in. Keep that ball at the base.
He's all the way through the middle, no problem.
In the hands there of Danilo Fischetti.
No, it's a tackle!
5 minutes out here, Italy. There's a degree of urgency about their play here. Lamero that time, and the Chilean's got himself locked over it there.
Had that. That's Lewis.
That's Lewis. Well, some might say he's unlucky there.
I had a chat with him in the first half about discipline. I don't saw a change of behaviour. We're now in the position again where the discipline is not good enough. You're competing for the ball when there's a player the wrong side. The tackler must roll. Any more? That's the discussion for that. Any more, there'll be a yellow card. Thank you.
Straightforward, but I think on that last incident, that Lewis was on the ball. He wasn't in front of the ball and dragged his hands back. He was on the ball. There may have been infringement prior to that.
So a single point separates the sides.
So there's Lamero going forward. See, that's the perfect jackal.
More.
Anyway, moving on.
Stay. Do them up.
Well, this one's only going one way. It's over the try line. They've got the score. And the Italians have responded. Well, he's been having quite a night as Tommaso Di Bartolomeo. His second try tonight, his second try in his Italy career.
And did they need it? My word. Again, it's a carbon copy of the first one, catch and drive. All the big lads in front doing the work, doing the heaving, but he's at the back, organising things. But it's just knowing when to go, when to put the accelerator down, and that's the experience. That's a squad that's been together through Six Nations, and over the years you learn that skill.
And De Rey makes it worth 7. Well, that was the last bit of action for the night for Tommaso Di Bartolomeo. He's been replaced by Pablo Dimchev, who is back on, having had a stint as a head injury replacement a little bit earlier.
There's an injury to an Italian. It's in Lamero, down on the left-hand side. I think he's got a bit of attention. You can't see it with the pictures at the moment. He is not hobbling off. I think he's got a cat on his head, so he'll be out of action as well.
Yeah, wait, 7. Can you find out who the current captain is for Italy, please?
Well, you could say this is the red wine derby tonight between Italy and Chile. And there's plenty of claret popping out of the from beneath the hair of the Italy captain. Oh, Ruzza it was, needed a couple of grabs at it. 8 points the lead now for Italy. 25 minutes to go.
Some more.
Chile have made an alteration there. Joaquin Malesi comes on to earn his 7th cap for Chile.
Use it!
Replacing
Ernesto
Chimino, who had such an industrious first half. Palm back there by Montejoani. Here is Menoncello, who sees space. Back scuttles Juan Cruz Reyes. Capelozzo is bearing down on him. Oh dear, got himself in a bit of a mess, and it's Alessandro Issacore. A real opportunity here if they move quickly, Italy. Oh, Nicolas Saab leaping in to poach and save the day for Chile.
I think just as well, he read that superbly. Fortunately, Chile get themselves in all sorts of a bother, but there was an advantage coming because a knock-on from the initial infringement. That was it there. You can just see the ball goes forward. So that's the turnover. He can't make the most of it there, and that's the reaction from the bench. And that's exactly the area that Chile want to play. Sorry, Italy obviously want to play deep in Chile's half. They're going to force them to exit, force them to look after the ball themselves.
So you can see now Zuliani's been on with us for a couple of minutes, replacing Michele Lamero, wearing the white protective headgear, and an alteration as well on the tight head side of the front row for Chile, with Matias Ditus coming on in place of Iñaki Goroshaga.
De Rey is right behind the fly half, number 10 for Italy's right behind the scrum, but I think the forwards will maybe want to go at the Chilean forwards here. Get the ball at the back. Wow!
Tunnel first.
That's what I thought would happen. They get the ball back to the number 8, and then you have a secondary shove.
The ball came out the tunnel.
Ferrari. This is food and drink to them.
Your feet must be underneath you.
When you smell a weakness, you go for it. And you can just see there they're buckling in.
Don't pre-engage. Keep the space. Yeah. Mark, guys.
Basically, this is what if I was putting this ball in now. You get to Cannoni at the back, that's Lorenzo Cannoni, and then I would just say, right, secondary shove. You do that once. If you do give it, that's once that's happened. If they give a penalty again 2-3 times, you're underneath the post for a penalty try.
Crouch! Surrounds Capuozzo, who is all the way over towards the left side of the pitch, having a bit of a chat with Montejoani.
And it also means that the two flankers for Chile have to stay in, so they can't defend. That's two.
So we've got the tight head not in great shape this side, but your hooker was the first man to stand up. You have to stay down if you want the ball. You must stay in the scrum.
Well, Adam Leal actually having a word there with the Italy front row.
Well, the hookers come up, Jim Shep. Again, these things happen. They're trying to get underneath, and it is the back.
Well, it is Raimundo Martinez.
It is. You would have to say not his preferred position.
Certainly not.
He's got that, and that's what's happening. They're targeting him. They'll have known this opportunity may have arisen, Italy.
Bind!
And they want to come away here with 7 points.
Diego Escobar, their #1 hooker, the Chileans, playing in the top 14 today. Penalty advantage, Pajarello.
Wrong option. Should never have gone blindside there.
I want this player's number, please.
Still a penalty advantage, though. Referee's asked for the player's number. I wonder if there may be a further sanction coming. That was Niccolo Cannoni that time. Pajarello's got the ball into his hands. That was Lorenzo Cannoni. Pajarello once more. Menoncello bouncing off the defenders. 3 minutes to go now for the Azzurri. Fischetti.
No advantage.
There's a yellow card coming out this time. There is the further sanction.
Number 7, captain.
Well, Adam Leal has had the captain's card marked.
You lay on the ball, you lay on the
for quite a while. So off goes Clement Saavedra. 10 minutes into the sin bin.
Thanks, Rick.
Is this when the damn wall bursts?
Well,
scrum option.
Yeah, you can go for scrum or line out.
7 not releasing on the ground, killing the ball.
Well, he's not happy, but again, it's that instinct. It's a position he plays anyway. 7, you're a scavenger. You've got to try and, again, get at that ball.
Thank you.
But I don't think this is going to be pretty. How many? Well, ththey're one down in the pack, whether they put a winger on the side, but that just opens the blind side, even though the blind side isn't that big. You're going to really need every bit of weight coming through there. Pablo knows a little bit about scrummaging, so...
Set!
It's all rather ominous. Pajarello with a put-in.
Advantage.
The arm is out. Pajarello, the little dummy, can't find a ray. Here goes Capuozzo. Tries to relaunch things. It's there once again for the scrum half. DeRay with a little chip, the crossfield kick. Oh, and I tell you what, he did rather well there, did Juan Cruz Reyes. But
under pressure.
Yeah, and then we're just going for the pushover try. Unfortunately, the ball wasn't controlled at the back very well. The ball's come out to the 9. A little bit of panic. They haven't been at their best today, the Italian backs. In the end, it's the kick pass. We've seen that numerous times. I think he's taken that over, but the referee's gone back to the far side to have another scrum. They've got to be very careful here, Chile, because even though it's very courageous defending, some of it is illegal, and as soon as you start ranching at penalty after penalty, the referees will just give you another yellow card.
Well, here is Cali Lamero. Well, he wants to come back, doesn't he? He's going to do it with the bonnet on his head.
Well, he's been frustrated, hasn't he? He's watched from the sideline for the game against Australia, winning that. Obviously, the loss against South Africa.
Stop,
And
reset.
that's just
keep
absolute
it outside
pressure.
shoulder strong, and I'll watch his feet back. I feel like you.
But you can see they've got Clement Armstrong
Yeah, you start here
backing
first.
on the side of the scrum. The Chile wing over there on the blind side, filling the void created by his captain's absence.
Well, navigating through the game, isn't it? 20 minutes then to half-time to 40, then this next 20 minutes, and the last 20 minutes almost dictates how a game goes, but I know how this scrum is going to go.
Free kick, early movement from
They'll go for a scrum,
Thanks, mate, I had that this side first.
You've got to play this, it's a professional game now, so basically what's going to happen is that the referee will go underneath the post for a penalty try. You don't have to take the conversion, it's a given 7, but another guy could go to the ground. Well, okay.
They don't agree with you.
They don't. And we'll see.
Carried forward by Lorenzo Canoni. Here's Martin Pajrello, the change of direction. And then there was a hand in. I wonder, was that a deliberate knock-on? I think it might have been. So there is another advantage to Ray. And Montejuani can just waltz across the line.
Well, he should come back. So that's deliberate, but I don't think he will.
I don't want to step back, I don't want to go down. I understand, but the first thing was the early movement.
An 18th test try for Montejuani, now playing his club rugby in France with Lyon. He's been on good try-scoring form there as well this season.
No, you're good just there, yeah, thank you.
He's been great. Great against Australia, against South Africa in that defeat. And really, it's just on the end of a good score. Chile down to 14 guys. I think they could have been down to 13 if the referee really wanted to.
He's a clever wing, is Montejuani. There are one or two others who are perhaps a little bit quicker out on the flanks in Test match rugby, but not that many are as smart as that fella.
Ben.
So DeRay with the attempt at the conversion, and that one has come right out of the middle.
Looking a bit more handsome, 27 points to 14 for Gonzalo Quesada's Italy at the moment. And now this is where you really ratchet it up. Highwood, they've been frustrated tonight, and that's largely down to Chile and their defensive aspect and excellence. But really this is where a good side goes away from the other.
Lamoureux taking the catch.
He was tiptoeing on that touchline, wasn't he, though? He came back inside looking for the support of his fellow forwards.
No, that's good stuff.
Italy's record at playing Test matches here in Genoa hasn't been that good. Last season's win against Georgia here, when they came back from an 11-point deficit, ended a sequence of Test defeats at the Stadio Luigi Ferraris.
Come in, please.
Asked to do another job now, throwing the ball in.
10th versus 18th in the world rankings this match. That one nicked at the line out again. That's been a real problem area for the Chileans. Here's Leonardo Marin onto his right foot.
But it's all, sorry Martin, but it's all a good learning process. Yeah, that didn't go to plan, but they'll know what to work on. Obviously in the game's coming up. Next World Cup, what, 2027 in Australia, so it's better to see the weaknesses now, or your frailties, or whatever it is, before you go into that massive competition when you're playing a lot of very good teams, obviously.
Thank you.
Well, if you bear in mind at the World Cup in France 2 years ago, they conceded 43 points in defeat to Samoa. In recent weeks, they beat them home and away, or drew away and then beat them at home to go through to the World Cup. So that is at least one illustration of improvement after 9 straight defeats in their history against Uruguay. They finally beat their near South American neighbours. Here they are now playing Italy, a rare opportunity to play a top 10 side, which, let's be honest, clubs down in 18th in the world rankings only really tend to get to play top 10 sides in the World Cup. Maybe the odd occasion they can in other matches. Chile did host Scotland relatively recently.
Well, it's all valuable experience.
Crouch!
If you want to develop the game in those countries, they have to be exposed to it. Yes, they're going to take some beatings in a sense of the scores, but actually it's the only way you get better.
Okay.
And I hope World Rugby do know that. So they have to keep funding these guys to help the game go across the world and be more competitive across the world. Yes, you're going to have the tier 1s and tier 2s, but we want more tier 2s going to tier 1s, if that makes sense, to make it a bigger world game.
And on the run-up to the World Cup in 2023, Chile on a regular basis were training and preparing on sort of hard, muddy surfaces. They've now got synthetic pitches that they can actually prepare on. Their club games for Selknam are in that South American League, where they're playing teams from Paraguay, from Brazil. There are one or two amateur clubs who are involved in Argentina as well, but that's the level they play at. They've only got really 4 or 5 players who play in any of the European leagues, just one of them playing in one of the top flight leagues. That Diego Escobar, who was playing today for Racing 92 at the La Défense Arena in their victory against Bayonne, but he's the only one who's playing in the top flight.
And that could only be good for Chile. And I think I've seen a difference in, this Italian side allowing players to go, away. We've got players from Northampton, Toulon, as you mentioned, Bordeaux, Bath. So, yeah, it makes, I think, you a better player because you're learning from, different areas of the world, different players, good coaches. And then you come back together and off you go.
Sebastian Bianchi's come on. He plays for the Cobbs Club
Clear lift on the ball
in Chile, which is an entirely amateur club, stepping up really from just playing local club rugby here to play in a fully fledged test match. Huge leap up in class.
Nicola Canonigan forward there, and I think it was actually
there's your mark here, thank you.
Melez, the number 23, the big lad who gave the penalty away, who actually jackled over the top of the ball and won it back.
So 12 minutes remaining.
Perfect.
In Genoa. Italy now leading by 29 points to 14.
Okay.
At the risk of sounding patronising, it's a very respectable scoreline which reflects well on Chile and their development.
They're competitive, like you said. You've watched those games the same as I have against Samoa. You're not going to beat Samoa if you haven't got organisation. You've seen they're a good group of coaches. They're well led by Pablo Lamona.
There goes Zuliani. Once again, the line-out throw going astray, and that was from the, bear in mind, the blindside flanker specialist, but it's been poached and done so rather effectively. Back there from
Hold in front,
Martinez.
Chile, come back. 18.
Gallifolic with the clearance. That going directly into touch.
And by going directly into touch, you go back to where the ball was kicked, and the opposition then get the throw in. So
you must wait till you're onside before you advance.
Back up to 15.
Someone has to put you on. Don't go forward.
The captain returns.
He's the receiver. More.
There it is with Zuliani. Carry forward from Marin. And it's Pajarello. Zuliani once more. Dare. On the ball lost forward there in the contact. Picked up by Gallifolic.
Step. Thank you, well left.
Baloney dropping the ball. It is cold. The ball is wet. Probably hasn't had many touches tonight either. He's the right winger.
No, stay on. Let go, you two.
There's Mirko Baloney He's rather leapfrogged his teammate at Zebra Palma, Lorenzo Pani, who's a prolific try scorer in the URC. There's the young replacement scrum half, Sebastian Bianchi, just 21, making his Test debut. Has yet to play in any other form of professional rugby.
Who's out? No, he's the receiver, he's fine. Over 15. Backwards. Backwards.
Azrello having to recover and recovering very well, and he's got plenty of support here. Well, in the end, he rather ran away from it, did Pajrello. They were queuing up Dimchev with the pass out of the back of the hand. Look at the blue jerseys lining up out wide. Zuliani's there, Ioane. And here's a real opportunity for Bologna, just cutting in field, getting within 4 metres of the try line. Canoni getting cut down hard. That was Ditas with that tackle. Arm is out again from the referee.
17 offside.
Well, I think he's lucky again. There's no yellow card there, but again, scrum half.
Oh, they're off and running. 2 metres out, the carry forward from Lorenzo Canoni. Out from the captain, Marine off the right hand, and it's another try for Monte Ioane. Number 19 in his international career. And now the Italians starting to show the golfing class that exists between a team ranked 10 in the world and one in 18th.
Well, it's keeping your concentration, well, the fitness is there, and that's what does it. You keep your concentration. Chile thinking that they're going to go for a scrum. Pajrello this time makes the right decision. He just absolutely bombed a certain try a minute ago. If he'd have just kept his line, taken the inside shoulder and popped it back outside, they would have scored, but they've had to go through the process.
So DeRay standing on 2/3 successes at the moment. This is asking quite a bit of him, and he's just pulled it wide. So 34 points to 14, 7.5 minutes remaining. Let's consider who are our contenders for player of the match. What do you make of those four?
Pretty good. Well, the hooker got 2 tries, so he's always going to be there. Again, Nicola Canoni is the main man. He had 13 carries. He's the top carrier against South Africa. He's done the same tonight. He's their key number 2, key second row, sorry. And the other 2, yeah, there's no doubt in that. I think it will go to someone in a blue shirt, and if I was voting, it would go to Nicola Canoni.
Well, that's straight up and straight down, very untidy. It's a penalty, and it was the kick which forced that.
Offside in the 10 metres.
Well, they're coming off the bench. Enoch Apoku Jamfi. Big man, you can't miss him. Apparently he weighs in at 148 kilos.
Number 5, sub.
Here's Danilo.
Number 5, sub.
Fischetti.
Time off, please. Okay, just say it's great. Okay, no worries, yeah, we'll wait for him.
So let's see how the throwing in here of Raimundo Martinez works this time.
Yeah, I understand. I totally understand what you're saying. Yeah. You know where I'm coming from? I know exactly where you're coming from.
For Salvador Luis. Just reminding ourselves of that opening try of the night, scored by Ange Capuozzo.
Time on, please.
So here goes Martinez. He finds Bruno Saez. There's the captain, Saavedra.
Early, wait till he's down.
Well, the referee was waiting for the advantage.
Hitting the lifter early before the man's down. You can take the line out again if you want. No, the mark
they're being
is
offered
here.
the opportunity of the line out again, but I don't think they'll want to do that. It's been a source of concern.
They've taken the line-out option, yeah.
Well, apparently they have taken the line-out option. That's quite bold.
Get your timing right with people leaving the line.
More throwing practice here for Raimundo Martinez.
Can you, please?
What's the problem?
If we take people out, are they refereeing that too?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. You just had the penalty. Time on.
So here goes Martinez. Can he find his man? He can. He finds the big fella Bruno Saez, all 2 meters and 2 of him.
Once.
Offering a bit of support there and a bit of body weight is Clement Armstrong.
Okay, use it. Defended twice.
Chile being told to use it. There goes Armstrong. Forced back by Zuliani. There goes Salvador Luis. Well, they're keeping possession here at Chile, but they're going backwards. That's Iceman. Adam Leal just briefly losing his feet. Here's Armstrong once more. Making 2 or 3 valuable meters, trying to create some momentum, and in the end it's been spilt.
Knock on,
the
then
error
holding on
compounded.
Thank you, guys.
The knock on from Joaquin Malesi.
Number 5, sub. It's been a good game. I've enjoyed working with you. Please let's not let the discipline slip in the last 4 minutes, okay? Be strong in your discipline. Thank you.
So Italy poised to win their second test of this Quilter Nation series. Just the second time they'll have done it in 20 years. There's Nacho Brax. Oh, and it's been poached by Garafulic.
50-22.
And it's a 50-22 for Chile. So Chile ending the game on the front foot. And they will certainly take away plenty of pluses here.
Again? How about ball? No, their ball, 50-22.
Bear in mind there is not too much depth of talent in this Chile side, certainly at test match level. And they've lost a handful of senior players. Some because of injury, the unavailability of Diego Escobar, who clearly had an arrangement to play this autumn for his club in France. There goes Malesi once more into the hands of the young scrum half Bianchi. That's Martinez being met by Pablo Dimchev.
No, I think Italy!
2 minutes remaining now. Can Chile finish with a bit of a flourish here? Reyes with the inside ball. Martinez being caught by Fischetti, and also the big fella Apoku Gianfi. Well, the Italians have turned it, and then Federico Ruzza has lost it forward.
Yeah, thank you.
So Nicolo Canoni watching from the sidelines. He is the player of the match.
I didn't see that.
Well, I suspect, despite a second victory this November, there will still be some frustration for Gonzalo Quezada. If Italy are to make the step up to being not just a top 10 side, but a top 10 side who can create a lot of trouble in the among the elite in Test match rugby, they would certainly be looking to beat the likes of Chile by more than 20 points.
Crouch! Bind!
So perhaps the last set piece of the match. Bianchi with a put in. That scrum in reverse, but they still managed to recycle it. Squeeze through there from Gana Felic and taken by Saab. And Saab, half a metre out, and they have scored. What a way to finish the match. And it looks like the captain who's got it, Clement Saavedra. Yet more respectability. There is no doubt this Chilean side are taking huge strides. Consider they conceded 42 points to Japan at the World Cup, 43 to Samoa. They were beaten 71-0 by England and then conceded 59 to Argentina. Well, here in Genoa,
they're just checking because it was very close on the touchline.
They are just checking here that this try is legitimate. There's Nicholas Saab, who almost got there. Now let's just follow this. There comes the captain, Clement Saavedra.
Yeah, it looks fine to me.
And there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with that at all.
Time on, please.
Well, what a way to finish the match. Now, can Thomas Salas take Chile into the 20s?
Thank you.
And Salas just trying to draw it round, but it's not going to make it. And that will bring the final whistle. But what a performance it's been from Chile here. Far from overawed. A second win for the Azzurri in this Quilter Nations series. That a collector's item in itself. For Chile, certainly at times tonight, it was a reminder of the gulf that they have to bridge if they're to compete on something like level terms with a top 10 rugby nation. Even so, Pablo Lemoyne and his squad will come away wiser for the experience and feeling pretty happy with themselves. Gonzalo Cazzara's Italy have achieved a pass mark of sorts in November. 2 wins for them, something they've only ever done once before. Final score at Marassi. Italy have beaten Chile by 34 points to a very respectable 19. Well, look at that scoreline. Something for the Chile supporters who came here tonight to be proud of. 3 tries against a top 10 nation, and they only conceded 34 points. Very, very special indeed. And there are 1 or 2 nations around the world who, in all honesty, their performance had dropped off in recent seasons. Look at Samoa, who beat Chile heavily at the last World Cup, beaten by the Chileans over 2 legs recently. Uruguay, they too an emerging force in South American rugby. Well, Chile beat them in 1 of those legs in that World Cup qualifier. So Chile rugby, without a doubt, moving in the right direction. The more players that they do get into top flight clubs in Europe, surely the better. But for now, I guess despite victory, there will be greater frustration for the Italy coach Gonzalo Cazzara. That's the man there, Rodrigo Martinez, Raimundo Martinez, I should say, who deputised as a hooker this evening. Tommaso Menoncello. And there is the traditional exchanging of shirts. Monty Ioane, 2 tries for him this evening. Just swapping jerseys with Matthias Garafulic, the fullback. And certainly the Italy jersey proving something of a tight fit. Well, it's time to go down to pitch side where we'll catch up with Dowie Morris, who is alongside the player of the match. Stunning performance this evening from Niccolò Canoni.
Well, Nicola, you have consistently been fantastic in this autumn series. Well, you were outstanding against Australia, the loss against South Africa, but you have been awarded the Quilter Player of the Match against Chile. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, I'm very happy about this. It's for the team. We know that this is a very tough game for us, but we want to finish well. We finish well. Now we have to improve some little bit details for the Six Nations, and we want to come back with the guys, so we are very proud.
Do you think the score flattered you a little bit because Chile was such a hard opponent?
Yeah, it's such a hard opponent. We know that. We prepare for this. I think in a lot of situations we can do better, but this is the rugby. So after maybe tomorrow we'll see the game and we improve for the next game.
And lastly, you mentioned the Six Nations. What do you have to work on to get yourself better for that competition?
Yeah, I hope to be involved, and we want to continue our process. We know they are a strong team, a young team, so we want to continue to win the game.
Nicola, congratulations on player of the match. Well
Thank you so
deserved.
much. Thank you.
So a good series for Niccolò Canoni, but what a night it was for the Chileans and their captain tonight, Clement Saavedra. It's been a great few weeks for them. Qualification for the World Cup, beating Uruguay for the first time, and now coming here to Italy. And bear in mind, this isn't the game they were originally supposed to be doing. They only acquired it when they qualified early, if you know what I mean, for the World Cup. So Clement Saavedra, who finished off quite an eventful night for him. He spent 10 minutes in the sin bin, but he finished it off scoring Chile's third try, and they must be absolutely delighted. And Clement Saavedra is now down there with Dowie Morris.
Well, Clement, even though you lost the game, you must be so proud of your boys.
Yeah, we're really happy. It was a great year for Chile Rugby and classifying to our second World Cup. We wanted to end with a really good match. New boys making their debut. So I'm quite happy for the team, for those guys that didn't make the 23 team, for those guys that are on Santiago injured. We're a really good squad and we're doing really good. So really good way for finishing this year.
Sometimes they say in defeats you learn a lot about yourself. So what have you learned tonight?
Yeah, you always learn when you win, when you lose. What I learned, like we'll do a good analysis maybe on Monday.
Yeah.
But for me, maybe simple things is the best way for playing against teams like Italy and Tier 1.
And lastly, congratulations, you are at the World Cup, but it must be fantastic for everyone watching a Tier 2 nation of what you can actually achieve against a Tier 1 nation.
Yeah, we have 2 years to keep going, keep working. Chile is an emerging country in rugby. We need the support of everyone, private, the government, everyone. We have 2 years for really thinking in big and making Chile for the first time winning one match on World Cup and passing to the next phase.
All I can say, mate, you carry on playing like that, you're going to get there. Fantastic, yeah. Clement. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Clement Saavedra there referring to some players who are absent today. Diego Escobar playing for Racing 92, but also a long injury list. The likes of Nicolas Garafulic, Benjamin Videla, Rodrigo Fernandez, the first choice fly half, Iñaki Ayarza, you normally see him at fullback. He plays club rugby for Vannes in France. Marcelo Torrealba and the national captain, Martin Segren. He, like Torrealba, recovering from an ACL injury, those serious and very nasty knee problems. But expect the likes of Martin Seguin to be back involved in 2026 when we see Chile in action once more. The smiles are largely Italy's, but it must come with huge frustration as well. They would have expected, if they are to make that big step up and look to win more than one game in the Six Nations, for instance. Well, anyway, let's go down the pitch side, shall we? Catch up with the Italy captain, Michele Lamero.
Well, Michele, just on a personal note, you must have been very frustrated the last 2 weekends not being able to play. What was it like to pull your boots on?
It's unbelievable. It's always a pleasure and an honor to play with this jersey and with these teammates. I think they've been unbelievable during the whole November window, and I think today we did 50-50 work. I think like we created a lot. We couldn't be able to finish a lot of opportunities we created, and I think like I have to give credit to Chile because they've been very, very hard and very, very tough to play against.
And how's the injury?
No, everything's fine. I feel very, very good. And as you said, I've been a couple of weeks very frustrated.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's always every cap with this jersey. It's such a pleasure and such an honor.
Well, you came good right at the end there, but I think a lot of that, like you mentioned, Chile, they fight and fight and fight and never go away, do they?
100%. That's the reason why they beat Samoa. That's the reason why they've beaten Uruguay back in the last couple of games. I think they're improving a lot, and the reason that they are going to the next World Cup is just one good reason. So honestly, credit to them. I think we should be able to finish this game a little bit earlier. I think the first half, especially in the first half, we created a lot, but we didn't finish so many opportunities.
And lastly, Six Nations around the corner. You got plenty to work on.
Yeah, 100%. I think Six Nations is always an unbelievable challenge, and obviously the teams that are competing there are simply incredible. But I'm sure we're gonna be ready for the challenge and for the fight.
Well, Michele Lamero, it's nice to see you back. Well done, pal.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Generous words there from the Italy captain for the contribution Chile made tonight. Well, let's take a look at one or two numbers, shall we? The top number, of course, the ultimate one, which really only matters. Italy dominating possession, 59%, 124 carries, as opposed to 66 from Chile. That's quite a mark. And, of course, 145 tackles made tonight by Chile, which, again, just demonstrates how much defensive work they had to go through. And they contributed tonight despite 16 penalties as well and the yellow card. But that is the final score. Italy, 2 wins in this Quilter Nation series, but this may be perhaps a slightly hollow one. They would have expected, as Michele Lamero referred to there, a more resounding victory and a much more complete performance. But Chile demonstrating why they've qualified for their second World Cup, and they are certainly a rugby nation on the up. So there it is, final score in Genoa. Italy beating Chile by 34 points to 19. And from the team here in Italy, it's a very good night.
Well, Gonzalo, would it be fair to say an unflattering first half, but he came good in the second?
Yeah, I think there was a big lack of precision in everything we did. We can have an excuse with a ball that was a bit slippery, but that's why both sides have so many lost balls, but we won't use that excuse. We had a lot of lack of precision, and even in first half, you create a couple of opportunities. We decided to play 20 minutes with a lot of kicking and pressure and then start accelerating. And we could never get out of that tempo that we installed at the first minute. So I think we didn't manage well the game. Luckily, our forwards were dominating and they decided to score. but yeah, it was not a really good game for us.
But a word on Pablo's Chile. They are a fantastic bunch of lads, aren't they? I mean, tier 2, they pushed you all the way. Fantastic.
Absolutely. We respected them as really from pushing for them to play against us. We started the game, as you saw, playing a real test match, not just not respecting them. We knew that our level should be better, that we were supposed to win this game. We tried to build it little by little. Unfortunately, we could never take total control of the game. So it's something we have to improve.
And lastly, that improvement will have to be shown in the Six Nations. That's just around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. But that's what we must improve. When we play teams that are in front of us, ahead of us, we pitch up our level, our standards go higher. When we play teams that maybe we are supposed to win, we have our standards sometimes drop. So that's something that I don't like, and that we have to improve really fast. Heading to a World Cup, we have to improve it.
Well, I think you've got the players to do that. Congratulations and
thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Well, Pablo, you lost the game, but you've won a few hearts around here. Your boys are just immense.
Yes, it was a great game for us. Great performance of some guys. Some others, they have some question for Maiden, but that kind of game is for that, you know, it's for learning, for play at that level, and I'm really happy for the boys.
Well, the first half, you couldn't tell which team was tier 1 or tier 2. You just get, you know, your boys just go at it. They know exactly what to do. Defense was outstanding. You must be very proud as a bunch of coaches as well.
Yeah, I'm really proud of my staff and my players. We're really building things from really far away, and now we're really thinking on the next World Cup, and that game, they are the key factor for me better.
And the World Cup's not till 27. You're going to get better and better and better.
Yeah, we want to go to play some good rugby, show to the world, you know, we can perform as a tier 2, but we can perform, and the boys, they are really amazing.
And from an old rugby player to an old rugby player, I think you might be having a few glasses of wine tonight.
Yeah, probably, yes. Probably, yes. Thank you very much.
Pablo, thank you.
Thank you. Cheers, my friend. Well done.